So if you haven't heard, last week Insomniac Games was hit with a pretty massive ransomware attack, and boy oh boy has this story only developed since then. As of the time of recording this video, which is December 19th, 2023, there has been a lot of information to come out of this leak, and it's pretty bad. It's very confidential stuff that we should have no idea about, like none. This is crazy. And included in all that information is there's a lot of business stuff, and there's a lot of personal information from people who work at Insomniac Games, which is obviously not good at all. None of it is. But there was some interesting stuff that I did kind of want to touch on in this video, that being the release or supposed release lineup from Insomniac for the next decade almost, which is crazy. Now, I heard about the data breach when it first happened last week, but I didn't find out about the stuff from today until I was at work. I was on my break and I saw Broken Games HDR tweeting about it. Shout out Broken Games HDR, one of my favorite gaming YouTubers. Anyway, he was tweeting about it. I didn't know what the hell he was talking about, so I go to I go digging some more, and I see Jason Schreier posting a link to his Bloomberg article about it, and he tweeted, "After demanding $2 million last week, hackers this morning released more than a terabyte of leaked data from the Sony-owned video game company Insomniac Games, including emails, prototype footage, and employee personal details." Yeah, this is not looking good for Insomniac. As of right now, there's probably a bunch of Wolverine footage like circulating online. I mean, I haven't gone digging for it. I haven't gone searching for it. I don't really want to see it, to be honest with you. I don't care. Not because I don't care about the game, but because it's just, I'm at a point where I'm kind of getting tired of stuff leaking before it's supposed to. Like, okay, like, the GTA 6 thing. I made a whole video on that trailer. You check it out. I'll be in the link in the description. Shameless self plug, all that. But as exciting as that is, still, it would have been. Imagine it being a Red Dead Redemption 2 thing, right? Where we just wake up one day and then Rockstar is like, "Yo, trailer dropping tomorrow. What you gonna do?" You know what I mean? Like, we don't get that anymore. Not even with Rockstar. Because Rockstar is super secretive. We don't know that Rockstar is working on anything until it's in our face. We don't hear rumors. We don't hear I mean that's changed in recent years, but that's what I'm getting at. It feels like recently there's no such thing as surprises in the video game industry anymore. At least not like big ones, because stuff is always getting leaked from, like, whether it's insiders or whatever, hackers, like in this case, and with the GTA 6 Rockstar thing, and many other game development studios who have been hacked. It's crazy. It's like information is constantly coming out that we should honestly have no idea about. And the fact that this leak has exposed so much information, not only just from Wolverine, but we have a whole lineup of games that will probably be coming out within the next decade. Like I said, I don't know if this is stuff that's like outdated or has been changed. I would imagine it's up to date, considering this is like these people hacked into Insomniac, so they have like current information, like I would imagine. But this is like, it kind of sucks. I kind of miss the days of like just being surprised by things, and like, I was like, oh my god, I had no idea that was coming. Those days are over. It feels like, we aren't surprised by anything. Whenever something gets this announcement, it's always oh yeah, that thing that was rumored for a while, it's confirmed now. Cool. And that's about it. And it's still cool. We're still getting these games, but I just kind of wish that stuff was still, surprising, still shocking, still, but I digress. Rant over. Let's get into what I really wanted to talk about, that being the lineup of games. All right. So according to this leaked roadmap, we have a Marvel's Venom game in 2025. We have Marvel's Wolverine 2026, Marvel's Spider-Man 3 in 2028, a new Ratchet & Clank in 2029, Marvel's X-Men in 2030, and an untitled new IP in 2031/2032, aiming for that window, I guess. So what immediately sticks out to me really is the amount of Marvel properties or Marvel IPs that they're working on, which, I mean, that's cool. You know, they do an awesome job with Spider-Man. I love those games, but I love Spider-Man. So, like, you know, what can I say? You know, Wolverine seems like it could be interesting. I know a lot of people love Wolverine and the X-Men and all that. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really care for X-Men that much. Like, I'm looking forward to Wolverine, seeing what they do with it. But I've never been like a huge like X-Men guy. Like, I love Spider-Man, I'm a huge Spidey fan, but X-Men, never read the comics, never really saw the cartoons. I've barely seen the movies. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know that might get my nerd card taken, but I never really got into them like that. I've seen like 2 or 3 here and there. Didn't think they were that great, so I never got into like the whole series because there's so many movies. But I digress. Like it's interesting, it's cool, but I kind of wish that they were working on more stuff outside of Marvel. Like, you know, we're getting new Ratchet and Clank, that's cool, and you're getting a new IP, that's cool. They're pretty far off, to be honest. Like 2029, 2030, that's a long time. Like, I mean, it's what, like 6-7 years from now? It's a long time with you know, no true Insomniac IP. It's just Marvel stuff, which, like I said, some people might be cool with that because of the properties they're dealing with. Like I said, Spider-Man, I love Spider-Man, I'm happy with that. X-Men, you know, who knows, these games could win me over, get me into X-Men finally. But, you know, I mean, I've seen like some people talking about it on Twitter or X, and some people are like cool with it. They're like, cool, all right, Marvel stuff. And I'm just like, you know, I mean, I wish there was like a little bit more than that, but it's fine. Something I did notice is that there is no PlayStation release for Sunset Overdrive, but that's fine. That can stay an Xbox game. That's okay. I'm okay with that. I'll just play it on my Series S, I guess, until I upgrade eventually, hopefully. But anyways, I mean, Sunset Overdrive deserves some love. Bring it back some way, somehow. It's not enough people talk about it, but yeah. Now, like I said, I don't know how much of this information is actually accurate and true. Who knows if the hackers even actually like put out legit information, or if they were just like, you know, putting stuff out to. I mean, that's BS. I'm coping. This is definitely legit. They definitely put out real information. There's no way they were just faking it, especially if they have like dev kit stuff for Wolverine. I don't see why they would put a fake lineup out but release actual Wolverine footage. You know what I mean? So that was just the copium speaking. Realistically, this is definitely probably accurate information, or at least was accurate at some point. Like I said, I probably should have done more research on it before sitting down making a video, but I just wanted to sit and talk about it, give my thoughts on like the lineup, and also like, I don't know, I kind of wanted to know what you guys are thinking. Like, are you okay with the amount of Marvel games that they're putting out? Would you prefer if they were just making more like original Insomniac stuff and, you know, some Marvel stuff here and there? But it looks like, honestly, to me, it looks like a surplus of Marvel stuff. But who knows? Maybe for some people, it's just the right amount. I'm just a little bit worried that the video game space might become saturated with Marvel content, kind of like movies. Like, you know, I was kind of an MCU defender for a while, up until like fairly recently, and like, you know, I'm still not entirely on like the side of like, oh, the MCU sucks now. But like, it's definitely, I mean, I don't know, a part of it, like, I really think that it's like, oh, it's just not for me anymore, I'm like growing out of it or like whatever. But I think a lot of that does kind of reflect on the quality of like recent movies, and not even just movies, shows and all that. And I just don't want that kind of thing to happen in video games, where it's like, instead of focusing on making like new and interesting and unique things, they're just, you know, doing Marvel stuff, which is like, there's definitely room for it. There's definitely demand for it too. We love comic book adaptations, you know what I mean? But like, at the same time, you gotta make other stuff too. You know, a lot of like development studios are, you know, getting the rights to use these characters. Like, you know, Arcane just announced a Blade game, which I mean that's pretty cool. But still, it's worrisome. It is a bit worrisome how many like Marvel games are getting announced and that are confirmed and like all that stuff, especially a lot of them coming from Insomniac alone. And it might sound like I'm being dramatic. It's like, what was that, like five games that I don't remember. But it's, I mean, this is for the next almost decade, or actually, what was the latest year? Hang on, let me double check that. 2032. Yeah, almost a decade. Yeah, like if that's like, you know, the release window for the last one was 2031, 2032. So I mean, that's a long time to be making like games, especially with Insomniac's output. You know, Insomniac puts out a game pretty frequently, which is like good, but the fact of the matter is they're going to be putting out games frequently, and those games are going to be 90% Marvel games, which, you know, I don't really know how I feel about that, to be honest. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm going to play these games with a smile on my face anyway, so it's not even worth me like getting upset about it or ranting. I mean, I was never upset, but this is one of those things where it's like, I would prefer if things were different, but this is how they are. It's fine. I'm going to play the games anyway. I'm going to enjoy them. And yeah, but again, you know, my heart goes out to all those affected by this leak, all those at Insomniac and Sony, and hopefully, you know, we come to some sort of conclusion with the whole hacker situation. I don't really know what the deal is there. It's still ongoing. It's wild. It's absolutely wild that this has happened yet again to another major studio. But yeah, this is just the reality we live in now. You know, computers, people hack. It's not the first time. Definitely won't be the last. And I mean, I guess we just got to prepare for that. But anyway, enough with the doom and gloom. I just wanted to share my thoughts on all that. How are you guys feeling? What do you guys think about it all? I want to know what you guys think. I want to make more of these like commentary type videos where I just kind of like, you know, a piece of news comes out or there's rumors of something. And like, I don't know, maybe like just discuss it, get my 2 cents, because I don't really have many people to talk to about this in real life. I don't really have too many like hardcore gamer friends. I have a few I talk to, but you know, might as well talk to the internet. So yeah, so I would like to make more of these. I had fun doing this, just sitting, kind of talking about what I think about it all. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one.